Welcome everybody to another White Cross Gaming video. This is the start of our great tournament between the houses of Westeros and Essos. In the first round of the tournament we have Stark versus Lannister. There will be 3 rounds and it will be best of 3. You will have the infantry, the archers, and the knights, the best of every type, unit type, going against each other in an epic custom battle. So for the first round, we will have the Stark House Manderly pikes against the Casterly Rock Guardian pikemen. These are the respective dismounted versions of their knights, essentially. We have the epic Lannister forces here. There will be 1,000 on each side, making for an absolutely epic clash of infantry. With the cavalry and archers, we'll have to tone the numbers down a little bit. And I've noticed a bit of a bug with the archers, so I may have to actually command that myself, or for at least one of the sides. It doesn't really influence it. If their archers are better, they will win. I won't be changing the strategy or anything. Both sides, the AI will set to loose, but when they both set to skirmish, almost no one fires, and it will take an hour for the archer battle. So I'll be setting them to loose formation, and then just moving them in range, and letting them go nuts on each other. Take your bets now, people. Drop it in the comments. Who do you think is going to win? We have the Lions of House Lannister or the Wolves of House Stark. Who do you think will win? Drop it in the comments now, and you'll see at the end of the video what the result is. The winner of this bracket, this round, will move on to the next phase of the tournament, and their opponent is yet to be decided in the next video. I will show you the tournament layout at the end of this round. So far, guys, it's looking like an absolute bloodbath. The Starks are pushing hard, but remember that the Lannisters are a more professional army. They have been involved in far more combat than a lot of the Stark forces have been. Oh my god, that man's just got ragdolled. That poor guy just got thrown across the field. Definitely not what you want to see. And as I say that about the professional quality of their soldiers, the Starks are breaking. There is Manderly soldiers fleeing the field. This is bound to have an effect on the rest of the army. We may end up seeing a mass rout here as more and more knights are peeling off from the battle. Just looking at their dead, it honestly doesn't shock me. The balance of power above is showing us exactly how this is going for House Stark. Their infantry have just been completely overwhelmed by the professional quality of the House Lannister knights, and it's a bloodbath. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The knights of House Manderly fleeing the field. They simply could not contend with the forces of House Lannister. Remember that there is still 2 rounds to go between the archers and the cavalry, so we still have to find out who is the greatest in all 3 aspects. It is a best of 2. I'll see you guys in the cavalry round. Alright men, welcome to the cavalry round. There will be 500 cav on either side because, obviously, the cavalry counts for the men are 1 and the horses are 1 as far as the models go. So we're going to have 500 cavalry clashing with reinforcements coming in periodically to reinforce and bolster their flanks. Now the Lannister knights are fitted with javelins, so that could come into play here. These are the Manderly Knights of the Trident. You see their epic Trident Lancers. They're going to go for a charge, pass through, turn around and go again. A lot of them are getting caught up in the center here. It looks like there's a lot more Lannister Knights willing to commit to the melee, while a lot of the Manderly Knights are going for a charge, hit and run tactic. Unfortunately, this does mean the flanks of the knights that got caught are completely exposed. The Knights of House Lannister running around them, hitting them with javelins, charging them in the rear. All of the cavalry now dispersing across the battlefield. This is absolute chaos. The strategies of both sides are devolving at this point. We do not know for sure how many have died on either side. I've disabled the kill feed, so we can't see that till the end. Although, it looks like the Manderley Knights have broken off into two segments here, two sections of the army. We could be seeing a charge from both sides here, although it looks like the Lannisters are also forming up over here, so this could cause a bit of a confusion for the AI by the looks of it. Their knights are all trying to form up in the same areas, and now we've got another two separate battles forming. One on this side of the battlefield where the Lannisters spawn in, and another on the other side where the Manderley Knights are spawning in. Absolute carnage. The horses, the men, there is death all over this field, and it is drowning in blood. Here comes the Manderley Knights. They've actually gotten the space to go for another charge. Let's see what they can do with that. They're going through. The knights are passing through each other. I'm assuming men are going down. It's hard to tell until we start seeing them whittle down. But remember, there is reinforcements coming in for either side any minute now. As soon as enough units have gone down. So we're sitting at... Oh, I can hold Alt and check. 200. So it looks like the House Stark Knights are pulling out ahead here. Lannister Knights down almost 100... sorry, let me correct that. Almost 300 knights have died on their side, while the Starks have lost a mere 100, even less. And here comes a full charge. They've reorganized their lines, and they're going back in, breaking into sections led by different captains, charging through each other's ranks. Absolute carnage is appearing before us. We've got the respawns, though. Here comes the Lannister Knights charging in from the north, coming to reinforce their brethren. Well, I'd have to assume that a large portion of... Oh, here they come, the Manderley Knights coming in from the south, coming to reinforce their brethren. This is going to be insane. Let's join in with these guys as they go for their epic charge. They're going in, boys. Knights of House Manderley to meet the Castle Rock Guardians. They didn't fare too well in the infantry battle, but they appear to be edging out when it comes to cavalry. I personally would have thought it went the other way, and because I honestly believed that the Lannisters were better as far as cavalry and knights went, considering, you know, you see a lot more Lannister soldiers serving as knights than you do Starks. But hey, good on House Manderley for training an excellent cavalry corps. It's looking absolutely abysmal for the Lannister cavalry, though. They're down to 90 and 80 here against 305 and 203. There is still more that will be streaming into the field. I think these are Lannisters breaking. They are. The Lannister cav appears to be breaking. An absolute turnaround from what we saw in the infantry battle. More and more Lannister cavalry being absolutely decimated by the sheer numbers. Here comes their reinforcements. Coming from both sides, though, I don't think the Lannisters can pull this back. They're just completely outnumbered here. They've lost too many horses and too many men. And it looks like the Knights of House Manderley will be able to surround and absolutely annihilate the reinforcements from House Lannister. 385 horsemen amassing on the left, while the 186 cavalry holds the mere 100 reinforcing cavalry from House Lannister. Even more men coming in, hacking at them. I'm expecting a massive rout here any minute now. I don't think that House Lannister can hold this together much longer. They've already lost so many men, and here comes another massive charge. Oh, it's looking grim, boys. It is looking grim. This poor man here is just completely outnumbered, and he is down. Him and his horse. His own trusty Bessie has been taken down. This brave man riding through hundreds of Manderley Knights, but he's downed as well. Only 29 Lannister Knights in that regiment. 2 men have been dropped to being foot soldiers. And I think that's it, men. A mass break from the Lannisters means that the Starks have come out as the victors of the cavalry side of this tournament. Absolute shock to me. It may well be a shock to you. We've got one poor Lannister soldier trying to retreat, but it looks like he may be chased down before he gets the chance. The Starks are being honourable. They're not finishing him off. What a battle, men. What a battle. And I think there's even more reinforcements coming in. Oh, there is. The battle's not over yet. Can the final push of the House Lannister overcome these odds? I don't think they can. There's just too many men. Let's get us up here to the front. They're charging into almost 1,000 cavalry at this point. They're going to get flanked from both sides and absolutely annihilated. 600 horsemen stand before them and they charge forward with a mere 150. Can they pull it off? I don't think they can. There's just too many men. The leader of their formation being overwhelmed immediately. His brothers-in-arms trying to protect him, but I don't think he'll hold on for that long. He's completely surrounded. Ah, the poor, poor Lannisters. Their professional army absolutely torn to ribbons by the Starks. I think they're breaking as well. That looks to be the end for the Lannisters, guys. Alright, let's move on to the Archer round. Now, like I said, I'll have to command this myself because the AI is a little bit buggy and it'll just sit there exchanging shots for like an hour without actually getting close enough to be in range and have accuracy. So I will be doing that manually, guys. I'll be right back with the Archer round. This is neck and neck. They're 1 for 1. Who do you think will win? If you haven't put it in the comments, do it now. Wolf or Lion? Alright, lads, here we are. It looks like the armies have spawned in. We have 1,000 archers on this side and 1,000 archers on that side. Let's pull the archer line forward so that they're in range. I won't be commanding them outside of just positioning them. I'm going to put them in position and then I'm going to fall back because if I die as Tywin Lannister here, the AI will take control and just go absolutely loony on me. And it will not know what it is doing. This is probably the largest archer battle I think we've ever seen in Mount and Blade Bannerlord. 2,000 archers on the field at one time. I hope my computer can handle it. It should be able to, but we all know how these arrow projectiles can be sometimes. You got 1,000 arrows in the air at any given time, 2,000 even in this battle. It's going to be insane. We have the Stark Master Longbowman against the Lannister Longbowman. A complete equal matchup as far as skill is concerned. All units are moving into formation. There's Robb Stark over there, preparing to charge into 1,000 archers because he's a bloody madman. Look at him go. Alright. Archers, position here. Hold your line. Alright. I think now is the perfect time for me to actually run in and end my character. We are getting a bit of lag, which is to be expected from this many arrows. Now we're close enough that the AI should just... Guys, please. Please finish me. I need to die. Thank you. More arrows. I'm not wearing a helmet. Please. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Ah, Tywin. Such a fool he is. Alright, the archers going at it. They're all in range. They're all firing. On this side of the flank, it looks like they've engaged in a melee because the formations are crossing over. The Starks having split their archers into 2 regiments here. It is an absolute bloodbath. It looks like, as far as the melee skills of the archers go, it's kind of hard to tell. I think the Lannisters are stronger in melee. Or they are getting hacked to pieces because of their line here. There's a small amount of archers on this hill that just is completely invisible to half of the Lannister line there. They're moving in. Look at them go, man. They've just committed to melee here. while the Lannister formation is in absolute shambles. They do not know what they are doing. I'd say the numbers are relatively equal. If we hold tab, 725 to 700. Those are insanely equal numbers. The Lannister archers are now charging forward. They don't know what to do. The Starks have completely surrounded them with archer fire. Granted, this formation's far stronger than the other one. Half of them aren't firing, though. There we go, there we go. They're shooting. Go on, fire lads, fire! Do it for House Stark! We're going to fast forward this a bit, just because archer battles can be a little bit tedious here. See, this is realistic battle mod doing its thing when the AI takes control. It goes really wonky. It doesn't quite know how to use archers. These guys are doing very well because they're situated on the flank of a massive line. Whereas the guys that are directly across, because they keep repositioning them, they're not firing properly. Are the Lannister archers firing constantly? Let's have a look. They do appear to be. Oh, this side's a bit similar to the Starks, though. Closer to this cross line, they are all firing, but I think the Starks are actually edging out here. In an absolute shocking turn of events, the Stark army may well completely overcome the Lannisters, but we don't know for sure. Or the line on that side is completely equal with this one. Nope, it is now higher. The numbers are now completely in Stark hands. Ay, ay, ay. There's so many dead soldiers on the field. Look at this field, absolutely littered with archer bodies. Oh my lordy lord, these poor guys on this flank are slowly getting whittled down, but they definitely did their job. The AI proving that it had the brain power to outflank the Lannister army. Very typical of the Starks, though, not really beating the Lannisters in a conventional fashion. Very nice. They've split up into two regiments again. We're going to fast forward so they can form up their regiments. They're doing like a fire and retreat sort of maneuver. It's very interesting. Yeah, we got to fast forward it because, like I said, the AI is wonky. Although, yeah, actually the Starks are now losing without that second flank. They're getting ripped apart by arrows because they keep moving their forces backwards and forwards. And we're starting to see a Stark break. This is insane. Not what I expected at all. The AI breaking their unit into their massive cohesive unit into two has actually weakened their line considerably. And they're now losing. They've got 200 less men than the enemy when they previously had them outnumbered by 100. This is insane. Oh no, the poor Stark archers. They're completely overwhelmed. I think this might be it, men. This might be... Yep, there they go. They've broken. And that is it for this round of the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. This House Stark, in an absolute crazy turn of events, has lost. They just barely... Their control of the battlefield just completely blew over there. Ay, ay, ay. Not what I was expecting at all, guys. Not what I was expecting at all. I'm going to give you guys one more battle. What we're going to do is disable realistic battle mod, and then we're going to do this battle. Now, I'm warning you, this is going to send the armies into a melee mode, because the AI from normal Bannerlord also doesn't know how to deal with archers. So we'll be right back. This is just to show that even if I'm not involved, I don't believe the results really change. Let's have a look. Alrighty, everybody, here we go. 1,000 archers versus 1,000 archers. Lannister longbow versus Stark longbow without realistic battle mod on, just so we can get a conclusive answer to this. Find out once and for all who is greater. Now, like I said, be prepared for some weird shenanigans. This is how the Bannerlord AI treats archers if they are the only thing on the field. And it is downright hilarious. I think the Lannister soldiers still might get an advantage in this. If they can get to this hill first, having that high ground advantage means they can shoot down on the enemy while their front line of archers are stuck in melee, because they will melee. See how they're getting this close? They're going to straight up charge each other, fire some shots into each other, and then engage in sword play. It will be insane. First it starts with an exchange of arrows at close range. It's like running at each other with a shotgun. This is insane. Look at them go. Look at them go. And then they get close and the swords are drawn. And it's an absolute hack and slash. I don't really know who had the best go of that initial archer exchange. I think it was actually the Starks. But when it comes to swordsmanship, they do appear to be getting outdone. But only time will tell. There is 1,000 soldiers on this battlefield and anything could happen. You could see a random couple soldiers from House Lannister start to break, which would absolute... Speaking of which, I'm seeing Lannister soldiers breaking. There is a Lannister soldier straight up running away. Oh, there is Stark soldiers retreating as well. We really don't know how this is going to go. Although, I think the discipline of the Lannisters is showing here. I think some of their guys were just retreating to fire shots, whereas a lot more Starks are breaking now. Half of each army appears to be breaking entirely. Oh my god. Bannerlord AI, why you do this to us? To all these poor men. Ah, their blood shall water the flowers of this field forever. Oh dear lord. It's looking like a Lannister win. There you go, guys. House Lannister will be moving on to the next stage of the tournament. Let's go check out the tournament sheet, shall we? Alright, everybody. Here we are on the tournament page. House Stark has been bested, unfortunately. So we will be moving House Lannister forward to this position. In the next round, we will have the House Arryn of the Vale against the Baratheons. Oh, Renly's faction, obviously. Dragonstone is technically their own faction. At least I believe I have them set up in here as their own faction. I may actually not have done that. Oh no, they're down here. So, Stannis is going to get the dream scenario he always wanted. He'll be facing the Night King and the army of wights, becoming the prince who was promised, or whatever he believes he is. Alright guys, that's the first round of the tournament done. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, not forever.